Hey guys, I want to share with you what a week we had last week. Um, First off, on Monday, Jason was home. He was starting work a little later, and Tiger had got up on him like he usually does, and he was being all cute and looking at him like, "Oh, I'm in love with you. You're not going anywhere. You're my buddy," kind of thing. And all of a sudden, he gets down off Jason and he goes around the couch and he's acting all strange, like he had saw a ghost or something. So we don't know what was going on. So Jay was getting ready for work, and I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. He's eating his food. He was eating his dry food." So he left and went to work, and I was just keeping an eye on Tiger, and Tiger started acting really weird. He would stand in one spot and he wouldn't really move. Then he would move, and he was drooling really bad. So I had woke up Brian, and I said, "Brian, something's wrong with Tiger. I'm a little bit concerned." Prior to that, he had went near his turtle that has catnip in it. So I figured, okay, maybe he's on a high or something. So Brian said maybe he's high. He'll be okay later on. So he kept drooling, and I was getting worried. And so I said, "Brian, there's something seriously wrong." So Brian heard him crying like really bad. And he was in one of our dining room chairs, and he was like he was making some really bad noise. So Brian quickly got the cat carrier cage, and we took him to. I thought Brian was taking him to our vet, where we got him from, and where we've been taking all of our cats to, and whatnot. But he was on his way to the emergency vet, and then he realized, well, I should just go to the vet that we always go to. So he did. He told me that Tiger looked like he was showing signs of rabies, but well, Brian had picked him up and was putting him into the carrier. I think he squeezed him a little that really hurt him, so he bit him. So they were kind of like, okay, they were concerned about Brian, and they wanted to just play it safe and put Brian on notice to go see the doctor or whatnot. So they took Tiger, and they took his blood work, and we found out that he had problems with his kidneys. He had fluid in the lungs, and they wanted to make sure that he didn't have rabies, so they wanted to quarantine him for 10 days. So after that day, they started him on medicine and IV, and it's like he wanted to get up and eat, but he wasn't. He was almost 11 years old, and he lived 3 years with us, and he lived a good life. So we did everything possibly we could. We tried to get him to drink and eat. The doctors tried to get him to, be more independent, but he wasn't showing any improvement. So we had to do what was best, and we had to put him down. I know it's a little bit hard, but, we were prepared for this, and we knew. He also had blood in his in the back where you go to the washroom. Yeah, he had blood there. He already had feline AIDS, which we already knew this because when we got him from the vet, when they allowed us to adopt him like for free, they had told us that he had already had feline AIDS. And when they first saw Tiger, when he was dropped off by an older couple who were grandparents, they were worried that he was going to get out and, hurt another animal. So because they had grandchildren coming and going, and, they didn't want him to get out, so they left him there, and that's where we met him when we had brought Hannah for her checkup. So, they said that when they had saw him, his tongue was all messed up, so they got him better, and they did everything they could to get him feeling well. And then he came to live with us for 3 years, and he was great. So, yeah, we had to say goodbye. Then I got some good news. My dad called and said somebody's going to rent the apartment. So on Saturday, I believe they went and did some cleaning up. Him and his sisters, or his sister, I believe, they went and did some cleaning up of the apartment. And he has a few things that he's going to give us to keep. And other than that, he sounds good. Just wanted to get this off his chest so that he doesn't have to worry and feel like, it's a burden on him keeping this apartment and having to pay for it and all this. Now he can rest and relax and not have to worry about paying for the apartment and who's going to rent it and blah, blah, this and that. But we're doing okay.